nice romantic drama set in South India. An ambitious but mean lawyer and an equally ambitious but charitable doctor. What happens when they come together and grow apart several times? That's the story of It Ends with a Dream by Medha Nagur. In today's video, I'm going to give you a spoiler-free review of this book. This book is available as an ebook on Amazon at this time, and I am working with the author of this book to present you this review. Now, the story. On the outset, it seems like a simple love story of Yadnya and Yashika. It does have a lot of family drama in it though. Yadnya and Yashika actually come together during their childhood days and then parted ways. 3 times after that, they come together, but they could not stay together. Now, this time, when he is 26 and she's 23, would they be able to sort out their differences? Would they be able to love each other and accept each other? That's what this book is about. The plot. The first thing I actually noticed in the plot was the time jumps. The author and the plot actually jumps to and fro from different times depending on where the story is going. The storyboard that the author has been able to create with 4 different times that the story happens in could have been super messy, but it has been done amazingly well. It is effortless and well planned. And then the storyline actually is quite deep and well thought out. I actually liked how the author introduced some elements in the book early on that she used and that actually played a significant role later on in the story. That I really liked. The book also focuses a lot on the differences between Yadnya and Yashika's ambitions. Yadnya is actually a lawyer who aspires to be a politician, and he clearly plays in the grey area, whereas Yashika is actually all black and white. And there's a lot of, stuff that happens in the story because of these differences in their ambitions and how they see things. There's also a lot of suspense in the story in the beginning, and then it is revealed, but it gets quite predictable. Actually, when the suspense was revealed, I was like, oh, okay. So I have to say that I was quite disappointed with the suspense element in the story. The story also actually in the beginning it drags out a little bit. It does get better by the time you continue reading it and by the end, but it drags in the beginning. Moving on to the characters. So there's of course Yadnya and Yashika. Then there's Yadnya's family. His father is actually a movie producer, and there is his godfather who is a very successful politician. There is also his friend who adds a little bit of a comic light element in the story, who is also his partner in his law firm. Then there is Yashika. Yashika, having lost her mother quite early on in her childhood, has her father who is in Indian Armed Forces, and then she has a house help and her son who she treats as her family. All of these characters are good and I liked all of these characters, but the purpose in this whole book is actually building up Yadnya and Yashika's story. There is actually a lot of emphasis on relationships and family in the story, and I actually really liked it. One character though that I did not like was the godfather. I don't know, from the early on in the book, I haven't been able to connect with this character. Why is he here? How does he have, or how did he build this strong relationship with Yadnya from early on? All of those things, even though he plays a very important role in the story, these things just did not click with me, so I did not like this one particular character. Talking about the writing style, the author's writing is smooth and simple and actually beautiful. What I loved about the writing of this book is that the author actually gives a lot of insight into the Kudavi culture and how the people are like, how the culture is like. In fact, one of my favorite things in this book was that how effortlessly she introduces these extra elements in the book and how they are a very natural part of the story. Oh, she's talking about this celebration of these people, and then our story is also moving forward. That was done so naturally, so nicely. I really liked it. The author also does a tremendous job at how she wraps up the story. In the end, she actually sort of summarizes the character arc of all the characters in the story, and that was done so well. I actually improved my rating after reading that particular part because, it just felt so good to read the whole thing. I have read about all of these characters. I have known these characters for so many pages now, and now I'm just getting this summary and I'm just able to, understand them better because actually see if my understanding of these characters is same as how they actually were. It was just amazing, that particular part in the book. What I would really like to say about this book is that it is a very sweet romantic story, but it does lack all that masala in the romantic Indian novel that they usually have, which might be a good thing or a bad thing. If you're looking for a chick lit of that flavor, then this is not a good book for you. But if you're looking for something that is sweet, romantic, nicely done, then this is a nice pick for you. Overall, if you're looking for a short 187 pages long romantic novel that is nice, that gives you an insight into the South India setting and into the culture of Kudavi people and everything, and that is just done well, I think this is a really good book for you. It is not a book that you would usually find in the romance genre in India. It is done so well, so nicely, and just to see that this is a debut novel, it is just so amazing. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and a disclaimer, I actually gave it 3.8 out of 5 stars. But then after considering what we actually have when it comes to romance novels in India, I actually increased my rating to 4 out of 5 stars. I think it's definitely worth reading. It's definitely much better than the usual chick lit that is super popular at this time. Also, I discounted all the typographical errors or the grammatical errors, which were very few, but I discounted all of them while doing my review, because those are just something very common even in the traditionally published books by Big Five. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed watching it, and I really want to thank the author as well for reaching out to me to get her book reviewed. I actually appreciate the authors who just open up for my straightforward and unbiased opinions. And yes, thank you so much for watching this one, and do hit a thumbs up if you like this video. This is Membi signing off. I'll be back with another video very soon.